Hi guys, I am coming to you quick today. Coming to you quick. I don't have much time to shoot a video today, so it's hopefully I'll be able to keep it short and sweet. But today, for some reason, I'm being called to talk to you guys about depression. I don't know why, but I feel like there are some people that are watching this channel that are depressed. They're feeling sad most of the day, exhausted. You know, they have changes in their eating patterns. They feel overwhelmed with anxiety. They can't focus on work or relationships or whatever it is that makes them happy. They have no interest in doing any activities that bring them joy. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and as it relates to some of the lessons that I talk about in my book, Letters to the Soul. And it really should, it should say Letters to the Soul, your life coach or something like that. It does the process from start to finish of the chapters in my book definitely will wake you up. So it is a guide to spiritual awakening, but I feel like if you're not a spiritual person, you're not going to pick up the book. And that's not what I want. I want everyone to pick up the book that that is living on a cycle or a template in self-sabotaging beliefs and limited beliefs, and that might be sad because they just can't focus on what makes them happy. They can't focus on work. So the section in my book is still chapter 1, where it talks about healing, but it more so brings out the question, and it talks about a scenario if you were going to stand in the living room with everyone that loves you, your children, your parents, your best friends, your siblings, anybody in your fam, right? And if they asked you, who are you? Like, who are you? Would you be able to answer the question? And it's kind of one of the things that catapulted me to write this book was I asked myself while really literally standing in a mirror, who are you? Oh, why did all of these things just happen to you? And not just once, like over and over and over again. Why does this stuff keep happening to me? And when I asked myself the question, I couldn't answer it. Just being honest with you, I couldn't answer the question. And that was a scary moment for me because I really did realize I don't know who I am. And if I don't know who I am, I'm not being true to myself. I'm not being real. I'm living somebody else's dream, if you will. If you can't answer who you are, you're living somebody else's life. You're living somebody else's template. You're living somebody else's dream. And you might not even ever know whose dream you're living, but if you can't answer who you are, there's a lot of aspects of yourself that you just never acknowledged. So if you don't know who you are, it can literally lead you to depression. It can make you feel confused. It can make you feel unlovable, unworthy. It can make you feel uncomfortable around, in your own environment, like you don't fit in, like you're not. There's something more out there, and you're not even seeing it. So if you're going to be completely honest with yourself and answer that question, who are you? And literally break it down. Like, take out a piece of paper and break it down. What are your values? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What has always been inside your heart? What is it that has always been inside your heart that you have been unable to pull out? You're unable to pull out the aspect of yourself that you know deep down, if everybody saw, you would be proud of yourself. You would be proud of yourself. Your family would be proud of yourself. You would do whatever it takes to let that light shine. And the problem with depression is a person that's depressed, they're so confused and they're so lost in that dark tunnel that I keep referring to. They're so stuck on that hamster wheel that they know they want to get off of it, but they feel trapped. They feel trapped. They can't get off of it. And nothing in their environment makes them happy. Some people are so depressed they actually get physical body pains, like headaches, migraines, backaches, cramps. And it's just a really bad place to be. And what keeps coming to my mind is like Robin Williams. He keeps coming to my mind right now. I don't know why. But anyway, that man was such a good soul and so happy. You know, from the outside looking in, he looked very happy, right? This is kind of too high. From the outside looking in, he looked happy, and he fooled us all, right? He literally, he was a sad person, and nobody saw it. Nobody saw the warning signs, and that's because he was living on his hamster wheel inside of his dark tunnel, and he didn't see a way out. He didn't see a way out of the tunnel. And when that happens, you become depressed. Maybe, you know, from the outside looking in, it appeared that he had the perfect life and he was living the dream, right? He was a comedian and an actor and just famous as famous can get for many, many years. How could somebody that had it all be so sad, right? It's just hard to understand. The reason why he was sad is because he didn't know who he was. He lived for everyone else. He was the person that everybody in his environment expected him to be. And that's what makes a person depressed. And I don't want any of my subscribers to feel that way anymore. That's it. I don't want you feeling that way anymore. So what we're going to do is I want you to email me. The link to my email address is below. I want you to email me. You can keep yourself confidential if you want. I'm not going to say who your names are. But what I'm going to do is in my next video, I am going to take your emails and I am going to read them without saying your name and without identifying you. And I'm going to show everybody that watches these videos how frequent it is that we are with people in our loved ones, people, our best friends, our siblings, our children, our parents, our associates, our social circles. We are with people that are very depressed every single day. And my next video, I'm going to skip a couple of days before I make another one. But my next video is literally going to read how these people feel about who they are and whether or not they can even answer the question. I'm just going to, it's sort of like a social challenge, a depression challenge. I challenge you to write down on a piece of paper or in an email to me who you are. And I want to read them all to you and pull other people, like community. I want to pull the people that are watching my channel and my subscribers into a space in their mind and in their heart where they recognize the problem that's keeping them in their depression. When they recognize the problem, they can heal from it. If they don't recognize the problem, like they don't know who they are, if they don't recognize the problem, they will stay there. And I think between now and the time I shoot the next video with these emails, and it's letters to the soul 1111@gmail.com. The next time I get together with you, I'm going to have some sort of inspirational epiphany for you that will help you realize why you've been stuck, why you've been sad, why you feel the way you do about yourself, and why you've been attracting the same negative things into your life over and over and over again. And I'm not saying everybody stuck is depressed, but you're very close, because if you're feeling stuck, you can't be happy about it. You can't be happy about your life if you're stuck, right? Let's get real here. You have to admit that if you feel stuck in career, love, social, finance, if you feel stuck, you have to at least take the step to admit that something's not right. And you don't want to, you no longer want to be stuck, right? If you no longer want to be stuck, then whether you're depressed or not, the next time I do this video, we're going to pull you out of it. Okay? And I'm just hoping that my angels work with me over the next couple of days and give me the dialogue to give you to do so. Because, my angels protect me and they protect you. Your angels protect you. They could be the same angels. Whatever, right? They're very busy people. Very busy angels. Very busy spirits. So what we're going to do is sort of retrieve your soul through whatever my angel guides tell me over the next week. Okay? I'm going to retrieve your soul. We're going to find out who you are. All right? But I need an email from you. You can give me a nickname if you want, so you know I'm referring to you. All right? When I read the list, give me a nickname. So it'll resonate with you more. I mean, obviously, if I'm reading it, you'll know you wrote it, right? But I think it would be helpful to kind of put imaginary faces to the lists that I'm reading, right? Okay, so just remember, forgiving yourself and others is the first step in healing. And, I want to work with you directly on doing just that. And I want to just do this exercise just because I think it's necessary. I am getting a very, very strong feeling that most of the people that are watching my videos are clinically depressed. And like I'm being called to do something about it right now. Okay? So today is July 6th. I would say July 12th. I'm going to jump on here and we are going to read the emails, and we are going to, first of all, on this social challenge, we are going to, it's going to make you feel like you're not alone, because there's going to be so many emails that with other people's story, we're going to create a community of a feeling that you're not alone, which is very, very helpful and soothing to somebody that's depressed, right? Everyone feels that that's part of the problem. You feel alone in your tunnel when you're not alone in your tunnel. You're not alone. So I just want to, work on this. And when you're writing down who you are, if you get any feelings of anger that may, rise up, if you're triggered with some anger on writing down who you are, side note it, take out another piece of paper, sidestep that thing, and do the list from the very first week's lesson, which is write it down. And the second week's lesson was to figure out what lie your ego told you on why it made you angry or sad. And I've never experienced the death of a child or a parent, but there is some pretty bad violence going around in our country and around the world, especially school shootings. And I know it's I couldn't even imagine. It's got to be very difficult to try to come out of that tunnel when you lost a child to violence anywhere in the world. And I'm going to try really, really hard to pull you out of that darkness just through what my intuition tells me to help you with or to say. Okay? So I'm going to close the video there because I didn't want it to be that long. But hopefully next week on the 12th, we will be able to discuss some of the things that will help you pull yourself out of the tunnel by recognizing who you are in your heart and in your soul. Okay? I love you. Have a great week.